Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. What a Raw it was. Raw was the new season premiere of Monday Night Raw. As you see right here, this meme right here. As you see, a meme of Charlotte Flair and a meme of Becky Lynch and a meme of the Street Profits in the New Day. New Day Street Profits had their little meme last year when they exchanged their tag team titles. Becky and Charlotte didn't do quite so well when we had that hurt by that apparent fight they had that led them not being friends no more, but frenemies and stuff. But we'll get to that. Also, too, speaking of Becky Lynch was in the stuff for her own, where Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair continued their feud, their rivalry from SmackDown to Raw. Now, not competing for the SmackDown Women's title, but now for the Raw Women's Championship as well as Becky's husband, Seth Rollins, wants a championship gold himself. He doesn't want to be left alone in the house. He he confronts Big E, and this leads to Finn Balor. It leads to Rey Mysterio. It leads to Kevin Owens. All of them vying for a shot to become the number one contender for the WWE title and all that. Plus, two, Selena Vega gets coronated as crowning as Queen Zelina. And Damian Priest shows a meaner side than a happy-go-lucky side. It's just Damian Priest is turning heel already, and a bunch more of Raw talent as we had concluded with a main event fatal four-way for ladder match for the WWE title. In hot topics, we talk about tonight's Halloween Havoc coming up tonight. Halloween Havoc coming on tonight. Could we be seeing these two as their new respective NXT champions, men and women's champions? Could be a possibility. Also, too, WrestleMania coming soon. WrestleMania gonna be a two-night affair, like it should be, rather than being overnight. We'll get to that. Plus, two, a WWE couple gets engaged, and you know what I'm talking about. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report, and it starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Raw Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you just won't miss a thing. As we get to a Raw Ring Report tonight, Monday Night Raw was live in effect. As we say right here, well, we're gonna have to change this graphic soon with the Raw Ring Report right here because we know that Kofi and Drew are no longer on Raw no more, and Charlotte neither. So we'll change that soon once we get a new graphic. All right, Raw kicked off with a bang with the WWE champion Big E came out there. Big E came out there and said, "You want to go big?" Then say that. Well, Big E came out there, welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw, greeted the crowd, but he was interrupted by an unsolicited new draft member. Seth Rollins returned to Raw after a year. Seth Rollins was on SmackDown for so long. Seth Rollins wanted the championship. He won a championship match against Big E. And Big E reminded himself that he lost his match against Edge in Hell in a Cell. What makes him worthy of getting a championship match? So Seth Rollins trying to prance around, fancy himself, instead of wearing those outrageous outfits as he normally does. Seth Rollins came out there to make claim that he's going to be next in line to challenge Big E for the WWE title. Well, all of a sudden he got stopped on his way by former Universal Champion Finn Balor, who claims that he should be getting a title shot. But truth be known, that Finn Balor, you know, he lost his opportunity at the World Championship against Roman Reigns for the Universal title. So everyone in here kind of lost the match. Even Rey Mysterio lost his match against Sami Zayn, the King of the Ring, and all of them vying to become champion. All of them got right to be called to get a number one contenders match. But you know how they do it? They do this old fashioned in the ring. Sell it in the ring, as always. And that's what they're going to do. It's going to be a fatal four-way match between Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Rey Mysterio, and Kevin Owens to see who's going to challenge Big E for the WWE title in the near future. Kick off in the near future as the Street Profits return back to Raw. The Street Profits were in a 8-man tag team match, I guess, with RK, with a triple threat tag team match or something like that. With Street Profits went against the Dirty Dogs and the Alpha Academy to bring that rivalry back to when they had on SmackDown. They're bringing it to Raw, as you saw right there. The Street Profits trying to get in contention to become the next Raw Tag Team Champions once again. Former SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Street Profits held up just about all the tag team titles and stuff. That dropkick to Oldest, the Maya Oldest, when they had problems with on SmackDown. Now they're bringing the problems back on Raw. As you see right here, Dolph Ziggler trying to stretch. What's his name? Montez Ford. Yeah, stretch him down. Dolph Ziggler should be doing more than what is being a regular as a tag team wrestler, but it is what it is. But the Street Profits tried to get the win over the Alpha Academy and got the 1, 2, 3. I see Chad Gable trying to apply that German suplex to Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford trying to help save his partner. They won the match. So look for Raw getting more competition with Street Profits, with the Alpha Academy, and with the Dirty Dolls. All of them vying for no more contendership spot to meet RK Bro. If that does happen, meet RK Bro. Matt Riddle, bro. Meet RK Bro for the tag team titles sooner rather than later. It could be a possibility. Also, too, Selena Vega, now the queen of WWE. She won the Queen's Crown tournament at Crown Jewel this past Thursday. Selena Vega, now the new queen of WWE. She came out there with her royal scepter. And I forgot to mention that Almas cost the Street Profits their match. So look for Street Profits to go against AJ Styles and Randy Orton, AJ Styles and Almas down the road. So, but speaking of Selena Vega, she's new queen of WWE. Selena Vega made a proclamation that she will be called Queen Zelina going forward. So Queen Zelina was in action when she went against the woman, the runner-up that she defeated to win the crown, Doudrop. That match didn't end so well for Doudrop. Doudrop continued on losing. It's like a history of rematches for WWE. Queen Zelina won her match fair and square. So Queen Zelina and Doudrop is far from over between these two talented, lovely ladies. Also, too, Becky Lynch returns to Raw. No Charlotte Flair. Bianca Belair as well. They renewed their rivalry from SmackDown as well when they was battling for the SmackDown Women's title on SmackDown. This whole rivalry started at SummerSlam. And Bianca said that since she beat Charlotte and since she beat Becky almost close, she deserved a rematch or a title shot for the Raw Women's title. Well, Becky Lynch told Bianca Belair that she had to go in the back of the line and she couldn't get a rematch, no whatsoever, and showed her pictures of her losing and not getting the opportunity of winning the winning the SmackDown Women's title, nor the Raw Women's title. So Bianca Belair was frustrated. She took her frustrations out on Becky Lynch into the announce table. They even used kendo sticks and all that. But Becky Lynch got the upper hand on Bianca by leaving Bianca out. And, this is far from over between these two. We know that next Monday on Raw, there will be a championship match. Becky Lynch will defend her Raw Women's Championship in her first title defense. It's just weird though. She never lost the title in the first place. Well, she getting this is a second reign. But she'll defend against Bianca Belair. And you got to know Survivor Series is looming. And which one of these two women will head to Survivor Series as champion, as Raw Women's Champion, to meet Charlotte Flair. I hopefully say that we just don't hope we get what we got from SmackDown this past week with Charlotte and Becky, with that little confrontation and stuff that Charlotte and Becky had, and it just don't boil over. That we could see Charlotte versus Becky. You know how that goes. They really don't like each other. We hearing the rumors and reports. We'll talk about that later. And we hear it could be Bianca versus Charlotte one more time at Survivor Series. Or it could be Sasha and Becky. Sasha and Becky at Survivor Series. You just don't know. The possibilities are endless. Or we can get Bianca and Sasha, the match that we didn't see at the WrestleMania rematch. But this time the two women's champions for the respective brands. Its possibilities are endless. But we know that next week on Raw, Becky Lynch will defend her Raw Women's Championship against Bianca Belair next week on Raw. Also, too, Damian Priest, the United States champion, come up with a new darker look, a new darker image. He went against T-Bar, and he wastes no time whatsoever attacking T-Bar, leaving T-Bar out and behind, destroying T-Bar. And is this the new Damian Priest with his new United States championship going forward? Only time will tell, but it's kind of sickening and menacing, but time will tell on that. Also, too, another rematch from SmackDown. Carmella battling Liv Morgan again, but this time they bring this rival from SmackDown to Raw. It was just that it's like the SmackDown, bring SmackDown to Raw, Raw to SmackDown. Carmella with that mask again. We know she went against Liv Morgan, trying to beat up Liv Morgan, but Carmella won her match. So it's like a rivalry renewed again between Carmella and Liv Morgan once again. I'm like, what's going on for real? It is what it is. Also, too, Keith Bearcat Lee went against Cedric Alexander and did quick work to Cedric Alexander. He kind of left him down, and Keith Bearcat Lee did quick work on Cedric Alexander. He even asked did that Shelton Benjamin want, so Shelton Benjamin didn't want none Keith Lee neither. Shelton Benjamin will probably get a match against Keith Lee. Probably not right now, but down the road. So look for that happening, the possibilities and stuff. Also, too, Rey Mysterio's son Dominic has a new villain to go against. He going against Austin Theory. Austin Theory and Dominic, they probably the same age, but you know, they can kind of go against each other. Austin Theory. Oh, we got the Austin Theory now trying to take snappies, and he won his match over Dominic. So we'll see how that match goes forward with that and stuff. Also, too, the Dirty Dogs get the number one contenders match against. I guess Dirty Dogs. Yeah, they won. Sorry about that. About the misleading. I thought the Screw Profits won, but they didn't. The Dirty Dogs went against the Raw Tag Team Champion Randy Orton and Keith Lee. The Dirty Dogs tried to put their effect on. You see, Bobby Roode. He ought to be a single star. Riddle ought to be a single, but I guess they got to do tag teams for now to build them up. So Riddle getting choked in the reverse chin lock by Bobby Roode. Even Randy Orton leaped Riddle into Bobby Roode. Riddle even did a splash. Riddle with the splash on both Dirty Dogs. And you see Randy Orton and Riddle retain their Raw Tag Team titles going forward. And finally, the main event of the evening was for a fatal four-way for the WWE Championship contenders match, as Kevin Owens and Finn Balor battled out in a ladder along with Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio. You see right here, Finn Balor trying to back body drop Kevin Owens into Seth Rollins onto a ladder. And you see right here, Kevin Owens returned the favor onto Finn Balor. And Finn Balor, you see right here, Seth Rollins taking Kevin Owens down into the ladder, even buckle bombing him. Remember, Kevin Owens said something in Houston that he defeated Seth Rollins to win his first world title. He did, and the evidence was proof. Well, we didn't. The evidence right there. You see, Finn Balor trying to beat Seth Rollins up. Even Finn Balor even tried to do a leap into Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio, who had a history last year. And the Seth Rollins doing the thing. Finn Balor almost had this match won, but Seth Rollins came out of nowhere and beat Finn Balor, become the new #1 contender for the WWE title. We just don't know when and where it can take place before Survivor Series. Just don't know. Now we know that Seth Rollins is now the new #1 contender for the WWE title, and he met Big E in the middle at the end of the match. To me, I think this might happen at day one in Atlanta for New Year's. So look for that. Like I said, I like Big E as champion, but Big E ain't, to me, he ain't getting over as champion. He's just people are, yeah, like Big E, the New Day, they doing their accomplishments. I'm happy for them, but it's not. They don't have that Hogan-esque feel and stuff. So Rollins is be more of a champion. I'm just keeping it real. So look for Seth Rollins and Big E to clash for the WWE title. Seth Rollins finally defeats Big E and could be in a showdown with Big E for the WWE title soon rather than later. All right. That ends the hot topics. You see Seth Rollins again elated that he won. That ends the Raw Ring Report. Let's move over to hot topics. On hot topics this week, what hot topics we got for you? We got a lot to talk about. We know tonight is NXT Halloween Havoc as Mandy Rose challenges Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's title. We will have coverage later tonight whenever we get tonight immediately following Halloween Havoc. Who won? Even Braun Breaker challenging Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT title as well. A lot going on. Could we be looking at these two as the new NXT champions leaving Halloween Havoc? As we said, Halloween Havoc tonight, October 26th on USA Network. Check your local listings. So look for Halloween Havoc. Also, too, WWE Hall of Famer and AEW commentator Jim Ross had got diagnosed with skin cancer, and he said that he's waiting. So our prayers are with JR to beat skin cancer. JR, a legendary commentator, legendary broadcaster, released that he has skin cancer, been diagnosed with skin cancer. Also, too, WWE revealed their schedule, and there's a big schedule as well, as we know that a lot of the pay-per-views are going to be held on Saturdays rather than Sundays. They're going to have some Sundays, but Saturdays. One interesting note is they're going to have SummerSlam in Nashville, which is going to be in the end of July, and also Money in the Bank, which on the 4th of July weekend, as well as a September Labor Day pay-per-view as well. WrestleMania, we heard that WrestleMania will be a 2-night affair again on the Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, April 2nd and Sunday, April 3rd. WrestleMania will be emanating from Dallas and AT&T Stadium. So you see right here, what could we be seeing at WrestleMania coming forward? A lot going on, but hey, we'll stay tuned with it. Also, too, congratulations in order to Raw commentator Corey Graves and newly Raw superstar Carmella. They officially announced their engagement It happened on Carmella's birthday, and Carmella elated. Corey Graves elated. And how Corey Graves was like having beam in his eye when he used to was his voice commentating. So now he'll have Carmella as his soon-to-be wife, and we want to congratulate both the lovely couple on their newly engagement. Also, too, there's been a lot of women beef and rivalries going on. Even Dr. Big Breaker, she's having a rivalry with Jade Cargill, AEW. Tony Khan can't handle it, can't comprehend with that. But Dr. Britt Baker trying to see this tweet. She's saying something that you think you the baddest, but you ain't the baddest. And Jade, and I think this should be a AEW women's title match going forward to me. But like I said, that's just going on for right now. Also, too, we talk about this meme right here. As you see, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch meme where they had that disclosed backstage encounter and on stage encounter. What was going on with them swapping their championship belts? They didn't want to do it, but a lot of people saying Charlotte was trying to get our contract allegedly, and Charlotte wanted to do the right thing by having Bianca Belair beat her clean on Raw, and Sasha could have won the title from SmackDown, but that didn't happen. But they were saying, like, look at how the Street Profits and New Day was last year, switching their belts, and look at this year when the women's champions don't want to switch their belts. You know how that go. You know how it go. It's just crazy to see that, but we know that last week Charlotte and Becky had that women's championship is changed. We kind of knew they was gonna change, had to switch the belts. It was obvious. WWE should have just went with the plan. Had Bianca won the Raw title, and had Sasha won the SmackDown title, Crown Jewel, and we'd been done with it. But I guess they looking at it like they're the two strongest champions. I get WWE's point, but then too, you want to make it a smooth transition and stuff. But it was just that, but they made it more awkward than it was. And then they said now reports Sonya Deville wanted to fight Charlotte for her attitude. I mean, people got attitudes all every day. It's just that's how it is. That's how it be. But like I said, Charlotte and Becky. Right now, it's a possibility they could meet at Survivor Series. That's the possibility. But only time will tell between these two. You know they're gonna cross brands again. They're gonna have to work together again for Survivor Series. So it's obvious who's the best of the best at Survivor Series. We'll see on that. Between these two stuff. So a possibility we can see Charlotte versus Bianca. The women's champions go against Bianca win the Raw Women's title from Becky this week on Raw. Or another possibility, it could be Sasha versus if there is a case, Sasha versus Becky. Don't never know. It could happen between them. But Bianca got to get through. But Becky got to get through Bianca next week on Raw in order for that to happen. So for me being Kendrick Dix saying so long, we'll see you later tonight. Well, we didn't want to show that, but we'll see you later tonight for Halloween Havoc, the Halloween NXT Ring Report. We'll give you the latest on recap with Halloween Havoc. Did we have crowned new champions and his highlights from the show? So for me being Kendrick Dix saying so long, we'll see you at Halloween Havoc.